Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen me before, my name is Chelsea and I write books about black girls who aren't all that nice. And I am back with another writing update. So today is January 31st, 2024, which means we have basically officially made it through the entire first month of the year. We are 12th of the way through 2024, I guess, if you want to think about it like that. But that being said, I am, like I said, being consistent this year. So even though I am tired and possibly slightly sick, I still want to let you guys know where I am at with this project. So let's just go ahead and get into where I'm at, what I've been doing. So in case you guys haven't seen it, the last video that I posted was this one where I was talking about story Bibles. So I have been working and tweaking that for Project Necromancer, and honestly, I love it. I love using Notion. It has been changing my life, and I feel like I am never going to stop talking about it, at least for a good little while. It's been a huge help in keeping me organized and on track, especially since I'm jumping around to different chapters. One character has even chapters, the other character has odd chapters, and so far I've just been alternating between them. So that means a lot more jumping around than what I normally do because, as I've said before in multiple videos, I usually write very chronologically, but this story is pushing me to be different in many different ways. So far, I have become a story Bible girly. I have become a plotting girly. I have become the type of girl who writes non-linearly. This book is also in first person perspective. And if you guys have read The Wrath of the Gods, you'll know that that is in third person. So this book has been like pushing my limits and my boundaries in so many ways, which is great because I knew that it would. And I feel like I'm becoming a better writer in the process, but it's also been pushing me in different ways, which is trying at times, for lack of a better term. But that being said, I believe the video that you guys saw on YouTube was one that I recorded before I did some of my tweaking. So the template that I created for my Notion Story Bible, which I do have one if you're interested, it's on my Patreon. The Patreon post is linked in that video, so for sure, check it out, get into it. But there is a word count tracker in it now because I feel like that's helpful for a story Bible, especially if you can like keep track of how many words you're writing and what your goals are, especially if you have a deadline like I do. And I'm really proud of creating it because it took a little while and a little finagling. As much as I love Dabble, it only keeps 30 days of content tracking. So anything beyond that, you have to have written it down elsewhere. So super enjoying that. And like I said, there is a template available on my Patreon. $3 gets you in, so like get into it. And if you join my Patreon, you also get other benefits. But onto the actual update, which you probably already saw in the title of this video. As I've been working on my story Bible, one of the things that I love about it that's been helping me with is seeing where I'm kind of falling short in my story because I have a chapter outline section in it. When I was working on chapter 7, I realized when I was reading back through it, I was like, oh, this actually doesn't cover any of the things that I needed to cover. And on top of that, I opened it the same way that I opened chapter 5. And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't just leave it. I can't gloss over it. So I ended up deleting 5,493 words. And that was the entirety of chapter 7, and I just had to rewrite it. And not gonna lie, that put me back because I was on like this momentum of just like, okay, get it done. And like I said, the update prior to this one, I told you guys, I hit my writing goal every day. And yeah, no, that was not the case. That was not the case this week at all. Mostly because A, I wasn't feeling great. B, I had to kind of pause and revamp the story because after chapter 7, I was like, oh, I need to be more intentional about how I'm writing some of these chapters, especially with one of the characters' perspectives, simply because her perspective is a lot more difficult to write than the other one. And it's kind of interesting to me because I'm like, oh, in the first couple chapters, 1, 2, 3, 4, essentially, her chapters were so easy. They came to me really, really easily. But now it's flipped and I'm just like, okay. So I had to take a break, had to pause, had to do some plotting, some planning, some revamping of what the story is going to be, but that's okay. That is also part of the journey. If you're curious, one thing you have to know about me, if this is your first time tuning in, one thing that I do is I edit while I write, mostly because I cannot get to the end of a book and be like, oh, I need to fix everything. And in doing so, what that looks like for me is when I open up the document for the day, whatever chapter I'm working on, I kind of revisit what I've already written so that I don't feel compelled to build off of something that's unstable, right? And so for chapter 7, part of the reason why I decided to get rid of those basically, 5,500 words is because the setting wasn't right. There is a specific place in the story that's going to be important. And I had an idea of what I wanted it to be, but when I actually sat down to write it, I was like, oh, it needs to be slightly different. So the descriptions didn't really fit for the setting. The 2 characters who show up in it have modified personalities from what I thought they were going to be in the beginning, so I needed to adjust that as well. The pacing needed to be faster because I am a long-winded writer. I know this about myself. And I was like, not only does it start the same way as chapter 5, but also the pacing of it, I was like, this is too slow. This is too slow. I was like, we need to get into the heart of this conversation a lot faster. And then the heart of the conversation itself, I wanted that to be the focus versus the setting and the location. And I spent way too long talking about what it looked like and the people there, and some of the things kind of felt repetitive, which I noticed I am prone to do because, like I said, I'm kind of jumping between chapters because once I write one perspective, I have to switch to the other perspective, and those are usually on different days. So even though I'm writing every day, I'm not necessarily in the same chapter setting place multiple days in a row. And that leads me to like reintroducing things that I've already introduced in a previous chapter. Chapter 7 was also guilty of that, which is why it had to go. And I tried to initially just kind of play it off in the scene, like, you know, the character having deja vu, but I was like, Chelsea, this is lame. So that's why I ended up getting rid of chapter 7. As of right now, chapter 7 has been rewritten. I have moved on to chapter 9. Ben has actually read it. He has mostly approved of it. It's not his favorite chapter, but he's not like I need to fix it or rewrite it or it doesn't do what it needs to do. I think in this story in particular, we just kind of have different tastes about what the intention behind it is, because this book has much more of a romantic subplot to it than Wrath of the Gods did, but that's okay because it balances out with the other chapters. So I like it. It works out. I am on to chapter 9, and as of right now, January 31st, I have 45,814 words in the book. I am 38% of the way through this draft. I plan to stream weekly as I have been and continue doing sprints in my Discord server. So if you guys are a Black author and you would like to join the Melanin Network, like for sure, hit me up. That's where I do a lot of my sprints, especially when they're later at night, mostly because being on camera late at night is just not what I like to do. But that being said, I did ask on the interweb, on the community post, if you wanted more writing sprints on the channel, and y'all said yes. Specifically, you wanted writing sprints in the evenings because apparently my writing sprints on Thursdays at 11 o'clock are in the middle of the day, and some of you guys are at work and you can't tune in, which makes perfect sense. I understand. Part of the reason I do them in the middle of the day is because Ben is also at work and I have time. So, but that being said, I do plan to do some afternoon sprints for you guys. So if you want to join and write with me and we can be accountable together for our writing goals, I'm going to be doing them on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. It'll be every other Tuesday, so non-Melanin chat days. I will try to stream that evening around 7 o'clock. So get into it if that's what you're into. But that is pretty much it for this particular writing update. I mean, I don't feel like I took a loss this week, but I also know that I did not hit my goals the way that I wanted to in the sense of word count, but I definitely am proud of myself for taking the time to pause and reevaluate the story and get it back on track and do some planning and plotting things. I found this new template this morning that I kind of like, so I'm going to try it out for myself, and if I like it, then I may put it in Notion and again make it available for my Patreon folks. So yeah, if you're into it, sign up for the Patreon. It does help support the channel and the Melanin Library, and I appreciate you greatly, and you get things out of it. So hopefully you guys find it beneficial. If not, I understand, but look at it, click on a link, do the thing, right? That being said, if you are watching this and you have watched all the way to the end of this video, let me know what your current word count for your project is. Like, where are you at right now? And if you are interested in the writing sprints, let me know which ones you are tuning into, either the ones Thursday at 11 or the ones Tuesdays at 7. I'm just curious. And of course, if you have nothing to say, you can leave an orange heart in the comments because that's what we're doing 2024. So That being said, you guys, I also wanted to let you know that I do have another server that's completely free to join. There's a link in the description box below. It is called the BookHarts server. That is where I'm going to be posting all of my updates for Project Necromancer, for book 3 of Wrath of the Gods, and all of the things that I'm going to be doing this year. Think of it as my broadcast channel. It is also a place where if you have read my books and you would like to talk to other people who have read my books about things that have happened in them, there's a community for that. So it's free to join. All you have to do is join, read the rules. If you agree to them, come on in. If not, glad you stopped by. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. If you would like to know how I feel about my story Bible, you haven't seen it yet, and you would like the template and all the things, check out this video that Ben will put somewhere on screen. And that's it. Until next time, you guys, I hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye.